Have you ever felt like life is constantly throwing challenges your way? That every day brings new difficulties, and no matter how hard you try, happiness seems to slip through your fingers. And what do you do when, even in your darkest moments, you feel like inner peace is just a dream that will never come true? We live in a world where it's not so much about what's happening around us, but how we react to it. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, taught us that external circumstances may be beyond our control, but our reaction to them is always within our grasp. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." But what if I told you that there's a way to be happy even in the toughest moments? What if you could learn to maintain inner balance, even when the outside world feels like it's falling apart? In this video, we'll explore how Stoicism can become your best ally in the fight for happiness, even in the hardest times. And in one of the sections, I'll show you a special tool that will give you the strength to remain calm and happy no matter what happens around you. Are you ready to discover inner happiness through Stoicism? Let's begin. Point 1. The practice of wise detachment. Not fighting reality, but accepting it. We often feel like life is giving us too much. Problems at work, misunderstandings in relationships, financial struggles, or just unavoidable situations that make us worry and stress. As a result, we begin to fight them. We think that if we don't constantly fight for every opportunity, every moment, and every result, it will all be lost. But Stoicism teaches us a different approach. Quote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Marcus Aurelius. This paradoxical idea is hard to grasp at first. Obstacles are not just problems, but opportunities. Every negative experience holds a lesson that can be used for growth and strength. Instead of trying to avoid difficulties or fighting them, Stoics taught us to accept them as part of the journey. But how does this look in practice? How can we imagine difficulties as allies, not enemies? It requires a shift in approach to life's situations. Here are a few practical steps. Acceptance instead of resistance. Every time you face a problem, stop for a moment and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this help me grow stronger? This doesn't mean becoming indifferent to the situation or resigning. It means accepting that this challenge is part of your path, and even when the situation is unpleasant, you can learn to handle it calmly. Don't try to control everything. Often, we try to control events that are beyond our power. Other people's behavior, future outcomes, or even the timing of changes. However, Stoics advise us to focus on what we can change, our actions and attitude toward events. By controlling only what is within our power, we free ourselves from constantly battling the unknown. Stressful situations as opportunities for growth. Stoics believed that the more difficult and challenging a situation is, the greater the chance for inner growth. Every failure is an opportunity to become stronger and wiser, if we see it not as a defeat, but as a lesson. Imagine that every stress or trial is not a threat, but a test of your endurance and wisdom. Reflection in times of hardship. When you're going through a difficult period, try applying the Stoic practice of reflection. Ask yourself, what can I change in this situation? And if the answer is nothing, focus on your attitude toward it. This helps remove the feeling of helplessness and redirects your energy to staying calm and focused. Acceptance of life's unpredictability. Stoicism teaches that life is unpredictable and sometimes chaotic. You may have found yourself in a situation that seems unfair or confusing, but instead of suffering through it, ask yourself, what can this situation teach me? How can I grow from it? Instead of focusing on the circumstances, focus on how you can turn them into a positive experience. Acceptance of difficulties doesn't mean becoming heartless or indifferent to your life. It means choosing to be resilient and unshaken, despite external turmoil. When you practice wise detachment, you allow yourself not to become part of the chaos, but to remain calm and balanced, even when there's a storm around you. So next time life tries to throw you off balance, remember, don't fight it, embrace it, and move forward. Point 2. Be grateful for what you have. Practice gratitude. Even in tough times, it's hard to be happy when everything around you seems to be falling apart and it feels like nothing is going right. However, Stoicism teaches that one of the greatest powers we can have is the ability to be grateful for what we have. This doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending that everything is fine. It's about keeping the focus on what is already in your life, even when everything else seems challenging. Quote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Marcus Aurelius. The secret to happiness, according to Stoic philosophy, lies in the ability to shift focus from what we don't have to what we do have. Gratitude for the little things is the first step toward great inner peace. Stoics taught us that we should do everything we can to avoid letting external circumstances dictate our emotions and our attitude toward life. If we can find gratitude in the smallest details of our day, we can create inner peace even when everything around us feels like chaos. Here are a few practical steps to practice gratitude. Daily gratitude. Practice. One of the most effective ways to strengthen your inner peace is to write down 3 things you are grateful for each day. These could be big achievements or the smallest moments of joy, a cup of coffee in the morning, a hug from a loved one, or even the fresh air after rain. This not only boosts your mood, but also helps keep your focus on the positive. Gratitude for difficulties. Accepting that there are problems or challenges in your life can become a powerful tool. Stoics believed that even in difficult situations, there is a reason to be grateful, as these challenges help us grow. Every obstacle is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Check your inner state. Every time you feel frustrated or stressed, ask yourself, what's in my life right now that I can be grateful for? This will help shift your focus from negativity to positivity. Even in the hardest times, we can find something to be thankful for. Remember what you can't control. Much of what causes us pain is what we cannot change. Stoics taught that we must accept what lies beyond our control with peace. Instead of dwelling on what we can't change, it's important to focus on what we can: our attitude, our actions, and our thoughts. Gratitude in relationships. It's important to remember that gratitude isn't just about material things. It's also about the people in your life. You can stop and think about those who support you, who are always there for you, and express your gratitude through small acts, even just by saying thank you. Gratitude helps strengthen your inner core and makes you more resilient to external difficulties. Each day can be a new opportunity to practice gratitude, even in the toughest times. So don't be afraid to notice the small joys of life and accept challenges as part of your journey. Point 3. Discipline is the path to inner happiness. Work on yourself, even when you don't feel like it. In today's world, we are used to instant results and constant striving for achievements. But Stoicism teaches us a powerful truth. True happiness comes through discipline and the ability to work on ourselves, even when we don't feel like it. This means we don't wait for perfect conditions or external motivation to act. We simply do what needs to be done, even in the toughest moments. Quote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Epictetus Stoics believed that freedom doesn't lie in doing whatever we want at any moment. In fact, true freedom comes from the ability to act according to our principles, regardless of emotions or external circumstances. When you control your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you achieve an inner strength that allows you to remain happy, even in difficult times. Here are a few ways how discipline can lead you to happiness. Create healthy habits that support your inner strength. Start with simple things: morning walks, reading, meditation, or physical exercise. Not only will this boost your energy levels, but it will also help create a stable foundation for your emotional state. By consistently practicing these actions every day, you build an inner balance that allows you to remain calm and composed. Make tough decisions. Stoics taught us that at any moment we can choose how to react to situations. When you have the opportunity to make tough but necessary decisions, such as leaving toxic relationships or doing something difficult at work, even when you don't feel like it, this is discipline that leads to inner fulfillment. These small acts of self-control build a sense of personal power and happiness. Don't wait for motivation. Act even in its absence. Stoics knew that motivation doesn't come on its own. They taught that discipline is the ability to act even when there's no desire to do so. Whether it's a tough workout, waking up early, or completing an important task at work, doing it without waiting for motivation creates a sense of achievement and satisfaction in your own efforts. Embrace the inner struggle as part of the journey. We all face moments when it's hard to keep going, when the external world or our emotions distract us. However, it is in these moments that discipline shows its true power. Every moment you choose to continue, even when it's hard, strengthens your inner resilience and brings you closer to happiness. Set long-term goals and work toward them. Instead of living just for today and seeking instant gratification, Stoicism teaches us to think about long-term goals and work towards them. The happiness that comes through discipline is not immediate, but deep and stable. Define a goal for yourself and take small steps toward it every day. Discipline, though it may seem harsh, is what brings the most inner happiness and self-satisfaction. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Your ability to move forward with discipline, even when it's difficult, not only strengthens your inner power but also allows you to find true happiness that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Happiness is not something that is handed to us from the outside, but something we earn through our own inner work. Stoicism taught us that we can't control the events around us, but we can always control how we respond to them. By practicing gratitude, discipline, acceptance of difficulties, and inner control, we build the inner peace that allows us to remain happy even in the toughest times. Remember, Stoicism is not just a theory, it's a way of life. It helps us find strength and calm no matter how many challenges life throws at us. Every difficulty is an opportunity for growth, and every moment we choose inner peace brings us closer to true happiness. Stay resilient, cultivate discipline, and allow yourself to be grateful for even the smallest moments of joy. True happiness is not the result of external circumstances, but the ability to find peace within yourself. I am grateful that you joined me on this journey through Stoicism. If this video helped you find strength within yourself, subscribe to the channel for more useful tips. Remember, inner happiness is your responsibility, and you have the power to achieve it. Life is not about searching for happiness, it is about creating it.